Hey, my name is Sydney Brandon, and I'm going to be performing my Foley catheter checkoff. So I'm going to walk in and go ahead and put on hand sanitizer. Hi, sir. My name is Sydney Brandon. I'm going to be your RN for the day. Can you please tell me your name and date of birth? Leroy Smith, and that is your birthday. Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to be inserting a Foley catheter. So the point of this is that way you can void easier, we can collect specimens if you need to, and that way you don't have to call us every time you need to go to the bathroom. So, do you have any allergies I need to be aware of? Specifically, latex or iodine? No? Okay, great. Just give me a moment, let me put this on. Okay, so to do this I'm going to have to remove your sheaths. Is that okay with you? Okay. So this patient is already in dorsal recumbent position, but normally I would place them in it, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Okay. And also the bed was already at a working height when I walked in, but if it wasn't, I would move it to the appropriate height. Okay. So now I'm going to perform basic perineal care. So I'm going to take a washcloth and just clean around the area of the meatus. And I'm also going to be observing for any swelling, edema, or lesions that would prevent me from doing what I'm doing. So okay, that's over. I'm going to go ahead and take these gloves off. And bring in the catheter kit. Normally this would be sealed and it would be a lot neater than this, but I've already had to do a few takes, so I've had to put it back together. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the catheter kit. And I'm going to turn this into a makeshift trash bag by folding it out on itself, or in on itself. I'm going to place it at the foot of the bed. Okay, so I'm going to open it away from me, and then here's the kit. So I'm going to place this over, or in between his thighs, making sure I only touch the corners. There we go. So now I'm going to apply the sterile gloves. These are not the original gloves that came in here because the gloves that I had, or that were in here, were way too small for my hands and they actually tore. So had to replace them with normal latex gloves, but normally these would be normal sterile gloves. I'm going to use sterile technique to put the gloves on. Outside only touches outside. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just gonna kind of get rid of this. Okay. So now I'm going to drape this, and it has an opening, which is going to allow me to do my work. Okay. So I'm now going to place this in the middle of the bed just for ease of use and to make it more accessible. And I'm going to move the sterile field onto the patient's bed. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this and place it on the sterile field. Now, normally I would spread this iodine over the cotton balls, but for the sake of this and the sake of not making a big mess, I'm going to pretend to do it. So normally I would expel the entire bag onto all of the cotton balls and then place that in the trash. So I'm going to take these grips and take it one cotton ball, wipe on the distal side, distal side down in the trash, proximal side down, trash, and then midway, and then trash. Now there's two more in here, so I'm going to decide to do the distal and proximal once again. And ideally I'd like one more just to go down the midline one more time. And then I'm going to place these in the trash can. Okay. So now I'm going to take this sheath off of the catheter. Place that in the trash can. And I'm going to go ahead and inflate the balloon before I put it in a little bit, just to ensure that I don't have to get another catheter. Just pop the cap off into the trash. This is just to ensure that the catheter is functioning properly. And I see that the balloon is blowing up properly, so I'm going to suck that back out. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the cap off of this with the lubricant on it and expel it onto this open area in the trash. So now I'm going to lubricate it 2 to 3 inches. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and insert it. I'm going to go in 2 to 3 inches, and I'm going to hopefully see urine flow back in after 2 to 3 inches. So at this point I would hopefully see urine backflow, and I would go in another 2 to 3 inches and continue to put in the water. I'm going to put the whole 10 milliliters. Okay. So this is my non-dominant hand. Before doing this, I would spread the labia, and that would then cause this to become unsterile. So I would use this for anything that I would be doing that would not be sterile. So now I'm going to, before I put the bag under the bed, I'm going to tape it to his thigh using this tape. So now I am free to use this without worrying about it messing up something down here. I'm going to attach this to the actual bed frame, not the side rail, because we want it to stay in the same position. It's easy as that. Okay, normally this would be attached, but if I needed to get a urine sample, like the physician ordered it, I would unclamp that, and then using this bottle, I would unclamp it and I would let it run for a little bit. That way I would be able to get a clean catch, and I'd be sure not to contaminate it or anything like that. That way it's a sterile catch. Reclamp it and place that back. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take off my sterile gloves. In the trash. That's that. I'm going to put on just regular gloves now. And after that, I'm going to begin cleaning up the area. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just rip this and get it out of the way. And remove this. Get rid of the sterile film. rid of the trash. Now I'm going to go ahead and place them in a more comfortable position and pull everything back over, and that's it. That's it for that. So that was the insertion. So now pretend time has passed about a day or so. So now I'm going to come in and remove the catheter. Okay, I would come back in and I would reintroduce myself. Hey, my name is Sidney Brannon, and I'm going to be removing your urinary catheter. Would you mind telling me your name and date of birth? I'm going to recheck it. Okay, that was all correct. So I'm going to, once again, put on clean gloves. Oops. Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to be taking out your urinary catheter. I'm going to go ahead and undo your covers for me. And this whole time the door has been closed, I've had curtains drawn, I've ensured his privacy, it's all been good. Okay. So what I would do, I should not have put it in the trash, but what I'm going to do, I didn't put it in the trash. So, I would never do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and deflate the balloon. And I would always check to see how much was originally placed in. That way I know exactly how much to draw out. Because if I don't deflate it entirely, we could have some problems. We don't want that. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to remove the tape. And, okay. So I want you to take a good long breath, and when you breathe out, I'm going to start pulling out, okay? So I'm going to hold it with my non-dominant hand. I'm going to pull with my dominant hand. Okay, breathe in and out. Okay, breathe in and out. And there we go. Hook it. And that's it.